Welcome back to Trove One, everybody. I'm geared up for a little adventure today. Swung by the shop to grab some of my recovery tools, chainsaw and stuff. You may have seen our Arkansas Off-Road Recovery YouTube channel. We just did a video on that. It may be a week or so by the time this video comes out. But we did a video when we took the tow truck out, me and Tim and Luke, and we cleared part of a road, but we didn't get it finished. We're trying to clear out some trees that were down that were blocking the road and making people drive around them and create new bypasses, which creates erosion. Anyway, well, I'm headed back. I got my 3 boys in here, so I couldn't fit them all in the tow truck, so we're not taking the tow truck. We're gonna take my red truck, and I got my chainsaw and all this good stuff, and we're gonna head out into Ozarks and see if we can finish clearing this road. And if we have time, we might try to do a little squirrel hunting. We might just go out and target practice a little bit. We're just gonna do boy things today. It's just my 3 boys and me. Sarah and the girls are all at home. New baby's doing good. Sarah's doing good, but it just wasn't. Weather was raining last night. We didn't think it would be a great weekend to go camp with the new baby and everything. So I'm going on an adventure with my boys. So it's gonna be interesting. Here in the Ozarks now. We just hit the dirt road not long ago. Road's about to start getting rougher, so I'm gonna go ahead and air down. This truck's not as capable as, say, the Suburban or the tow truck, but it's still basically the same thing as the Suburban. I'm running all terrains on this versus mud terrains on the tow truck and Suburban. So I'm gonna make sure I don't cut a tire on any of the rocks down in here, because I really don't want to get flat, and also may need all the advantage I can get to get through some of these spots. So we're gonna air down probably about 18-20 psi, and then head on down the trail. The younger boys are getting a good nap right now. They are a little tired, so the droning of the exhaust and the rattling on the bumpy road just put them to sleep. As you can see, this truck isn't quite as capable as the tow truck and Suburban. I don't think either one of them scrape on that, but this truck is, the wheelbase on this truck is about between 12 and 18 inches, or 12 and 15 inches longer than my Suburban. And the Suburban and the tow truck are actually very similar. A Suburban is almost an identical wheelbase to a regular cab 8-foot bed pickup. Believe it or not, a lot of people think Suburbans are really long. They're actually shorter than an extended cab 6.5 bed pickup. They're shorter than a Jeep Gladiator. They're shorter than a crew cab Tacoma. They're actually not that long, believe it or not. They're kind of between a Tacoma and a 4Runner on wheelbase, at least. All right, we're getting down to some of the cool stuff down here. Got the little waterfall there. It's running nicely. we might stop by it on the way back, but we only have so much time, so we're trying to get down as quickly as we can to where I've got some more trees to cut up. Slightly funny story for you. First time I came down this road was probably about 12 years ago in this same truck. This is some truck I've had for a long time. And about this point in the road, the first time I came down here, I was with a friend, and some old guy, local type guy, comes by in like a dune buggy, a VW dune buggy conversion, and had our window down. He just rolls by and he stops and says, "You might want to turn that thing around." And I was like, "Does it get kind of rough up ahead?" He's like, "Yeah, it gets a little narrow." I kept going. We turned around when we about sunk this truck in a mud hole. We had water coming in the floorboard and we barely got out. No winch, no one knew where we were at. We were by ourselves. I was back in the good old days. Now I'm more intelligent at that. Now I got backup. I got 3 people to pull me out. Saw a gray squirrel running down the road, and the other day when we were down here with the tow truck, I saw 4 in one spot. I don't usually see that many squirrels from the road, so if we get done cutting these trees up, I might have to hop out and wander around a little bit and see if we can't bag a few squirrels. All right, we have caught up with where we left off the other day. I got this big pine tree. Kind of wish I had a winch for this one. It'd be nice to not have to move this by hand, but I'll cut it into small enough pieces. This pine tree, that cedar tree, and then there's another line of trees down there. This is all main road right here, and then there's bypass going through the woods around it. So we're gonna pull out the big chainsaw and start cutting.
Why you bring traction board?
Just in case. All right, we got that one cleared out. So the main road's open. No need to take that bypass anymore. And we're picking up trash along the way. Seems like a lot of Bud Light fans are also big time litterers. There's an awful lot of those around here. Just saying. All right, this spot's gonna be a little interesting. We got this big cedar tree and it's 6 feet in the air, so just gotta be careful with it. Start whittling it down and getting it out of the way. All right, that's another spot cleared out. Main road's open. Bypass has got branches and stuff piled on it, so maybe they'll quit being used. So here's another spot that's got bypasses, but in my mind, these are a little different. I don't know how the Forest Service views it, but if you got a mud hole that's just bottomless and boggy and really bad, that makes a little more sense to find a way to go around it. I don't know if that's legal by the Forest Service, but it's a much more common practice and much more acceptable in my mind than going around or driving off through the woods just because there's a tree across the road. So, you know, obviously there's nothing I can do about that, and I don't even know that it really matters. So, you know, it is what it is. So there's another spot here that's got a bunch of trees down on it. It's clearly been blocked for a long time. There's also a mud hole right there that looks pretty soft. So there's already multiple bypasses around it. I don't know that it makes any sense to clear that out. I think the others are just going to become the road here, because that one's just so bad that I could clear it, but I don't know that it's going to do any good. So I think I'm just going to leave that one. Well, we've made it all the way down to the creek, and it's one pretty spot. Just love the creeks out here, especially in the winter. See, there's some bluffs up on the other side. It's kind of weird to me coming to some of these spots because I recognize, like this spot, I know because we float this creek sometimes early in the spring when the water's up. We'll kayak this stretch of creek, and it's a really fun stretch. So it's kind of different when you just dropping, like, I recognize that rock. I remember that. There's a rapid right down there. So it's pretty cool. But beautiful, beautiful area down here. We're just doing a little exploring, wandering down the creek. I think there's another road that comes down on the opposite side of the creek, and I think there's a camp spot on the other side, and I'd like to cross the creek and get to it, but I don't think we can get across the creek anywhere without wading, and I don't know if we want to fool with that today. I don't know. That's a big pool of water up there. I think it's going to be deeper up there. That all looks too deep to me. Check out this tree here. I believe that's called a burl, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty cool stuff. We're going to kind of wander around in the woods here a little bit and see if we might spot a squirrel around here anywhere. I think the rest of this trail, I don't think there's any more trees down, but we'll see. There could be some more since last time I was down here. But at the bottom part of this is very, very windy and tight, and a lot of mud holes with little bypasses. And it's just a tight area and lots of gnarly mud holes if you don't watch out. A lot of them aren't bad, but there's some that are soft and deep. The sand and mud pits that the side-by-sides have made are quite full of water right now. This summer they were just dry sand holes, and they would drive around them in circles and make them deeper and deeper, which looks like fun, but probably not legal. But they are just filled up with water right now. Well, we made it back down to another really cool spot at the creek. We were down here this summer. Great swimming hole right here. But we're not going swimming today. It's too cold. Water's definitely higher than it was this summer. But beautiful spot.
Daddy, you think in the winter? Daddy, that was water.
we have made it in here to what I might call the ledge. There's a big rock ledge right here. And the Suburban struggled to get up it. You had to get things lined up pretty good for the Suburban to get up it, and the truck's longer, so I think it's going to be a challenge. I was really hoping to get the tow truck down here and test the tow truck out on this. I think it would climb up this without too much of a problem. But I think this truck's going to struggle because of the extra wheelbase length. We're about to find out. So we're on our way out, but I just found something pretty cool. There's all these down trees. There's actually a bunch of down trees. A lot of trees got blown down in this area at one point, probably, I don't know how many years ago. It's been a while. But I remembered like 12 years ago when I came down this road for the first time, there was a camp spot right before you crossed the creek. And when I came back down here this summer, I was like, it's not here. I remember stopping at that camp spot and being like, this is cool. And well, I just found it. It's kind of an abandoned camp spot at this point because all these trees blew down. These didn't get cut, and so nobody's camped at this spot. It's right off the road, but all these trees fell down, so you can't see it from the road anymore. And it doesn't look like it's been used in years, but it's not huge, but with a couple dead trees cut out of the way, there's a lot of space right here. So this is a really nice camp spot. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut these 3 trees up. I don't know. It's getting awful late. It's about to get dark. The boys are hungry. So I might come back and do this at some point. I don't know. But either way, there's a really good camp spot right here. It's right close to the waterfall that's right by the road. But it's kind of abandoned at this point. Nice. There's a nice big rock you can sit on up there. we've reclaimed my long lost camp spot I found about 12 years ago when I was exploring. Wasn't doing as much camping, but it's a good spot. Top of the hill. Everything is good to go. Accomplished the mission. Had some fun. We didn't get any squirrels, but we did see a couple. I think that's a good area to go hunt. We just didn't take the time to do it. So we might come back and do that on a camping trip or something. But we're gonna roll on home because we got 4 hungry boys in this truck, and I think there's food at home. So we're going home.